All right, guys, we're rolling. Go ahead.
And we are done with our musical portion of the show. Welcome. Couple weeks off. We are back. It's In the Guard, your one-stop shop for all things combat sports. Coming off kind of a crapper of a card. It sucks that we came back after this one and not UFC 266.
I feel like the undercard wasn't half bad.
I don't think there was an entertaining fight in the match yesterday.
Yeah, but they all ended by knockout. First three fights.
Some fun knockouts for sure.
There were some funny knockouts.
Some knockouts of the year on there.
Last night?
Yeah, I thought those were pretty good.
Way.
There were some walk-offs.
There was a couple walk-offs, but
yeah.
Either way, I didn't have fun watching any of these fights. starting with the main event, man, which was supposed to deliver a knockout, aggressive, beating the shit out of each other, drawn out brawl, and we get like 60 strikes between them in 3 rounds or 5 rounds. In 5 rounds, it was fucking nobody. They wanted to sit there and shadow box with each other, make some faces. Throw a couple single shots, but, I mean, look at this. 48 and 44. Less than 10 strikes landed per round.
Right.
That's terrible. And 2 guys there.
Both of them should be cut.
Well,
round 1, total strikes, 3 to 9.
Yeah.
That's insane.
11 and 10, 11 and 10. Round
25
4.
minutes. Do the math. That's, what, 2 punches a minute?
Yeah,
Not even 2 punches a minute.
And it was mostly like leg kicks. It was mostly leg kicks.
2 strikes a minute.
And Santos had a little like body kick. It's hard to even like break down the scoring of this fight. These guys stayed at distance. They took turns hitting left and back and forth, back and forth. I mean, they both respected each other's power. That's
Maybe
why
they scored the footwork.
I mean, they read the headlines that we read too. Like, this is going to be a crazy drawn out, bro. I don't want to do the one to get knocked out. So they both kind of pumped the brakes a little bit. And I get like them being like that because they're the ones actually taking the fucking shots. But from the outside, looking at this fight, fucking sucked. This is terrible.
Yeah, but it's like a lose for both of them. Where did either one of them really go from here? Like, I mean, Santos gets the win, but you know.
Well, Santos' contract is expired too, and he asked for a raise and more fights.
Coming off that performance,
Johnny Walker, the UFC is going to try to pump that guy up no matter what. So he's going to get another top 10 fight right away, and hopefully we get a little bit of that. I don't like this reserve Johnny Walker shit. Like, we'll talk about it in the next fight, the co-main. I love that Kevin Holland was still talking shit in the fucking cage, was still having fun, enjoying himself. He didn't change up just because, he had a couple losses. I don't like that little fucking subdued Johnny Walker. Didn't fit well for me, and I think that's what ruined the fight. I think that everyone was hoping that crazy Johnny Walker would show up.
Santos a whole other beast from Span, I guess, but
I don't even think so. I mean, he took Santos' best shot and spit it right back at him. I don't think Santos has it no more. I really don't. He's thrown so little volume in his last 4 fights. Whatever he's fought since Jones, he's looked like shit. He has not looked good in any one of the fights. And I think this might have been the most strikes he's landed in any of those fights. It's like DC was talking about the Rakic fight yesterday being the worst fight he's ever seen in his life. And I would never hear a commentator say shit like that. But again, future obviously looks brighter for Walker than Santos, even though Santos gets this win here. It's not like
Santos is getting close to 40 years old, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like
37.
Yeah, he's about my age for sure. He's like those late 30s. But again, Walker didn't take any big damage here. He didn't get knocked out. It was a literally do nothing fight. So I don't think his image goes down any. I think he needs to get the fuck away from John Kavanaugh though. That's one thing I will say. Kavanaugh kept telling him he's fucking winning this. You're looking good. Going into the 5th round. He's like, yeah, we got this in the bag. To be careful. And I think that talk like theirs kind of kept Johnny a little bit farther, back. If he tells Johnny we got to go, we're down. We might have seen the fight what we want and actually seen a fucking Johnny do something that helped win the fight, but I think Kavanaugh in his head was fucking him up too. But yeah, just disappointing. It's like finally getting that fucking hot chick you've been wanting your whole life and just not be what you thought it would be.
It's not good, looking good for SBG Ireland over there.
Nah, I mean, there's only been one, right?
Yeah.
Although we got, what's his name in Bellator that beat Pitbull's brother. What's his name? Quealy?
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't have much to say. Going forward, I think Marietta's going to he's talking about maybe getting a Ratchet fight again. So they're there. They're all hanging on that top 5. We might see Santos and Yuri. That's what I think might happen. They're both top 5.
Santos don't want that smoke.
I think he does. I think he wants another chance at that championship.
Yuri fucking put him out.
I don't know about that.
Yuri
gets hit, dude.
I like him though, man.
I do, but he's
like Johnny Walker. He goes in.
He does not.
The old
block.
Johnny Walker.
No, Yuri does not block. He blocks with his face. And if he not even a joke, he puts his face out there and takes it. Yeah. Jan hits him, Glover hits him, Santos hits him. I don't think he's gonna fucking stick around with that. He just does not. I mean, he even said he was knocked out versus Reyes. He's I went out for a little bit, but I came back by the time, and then he hit that crazy ass hit to knock out Reyes. So, someone's gonna get Yuri for sure. I mean, he's entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but I think Santos Yuri would be a nice little matchup. Yuri's not doing shit, right? He's not, no fights lined up. You got the light heavyweight championship happening later this month, so that's gonna be on hold for a while. That should be the next fight, maybe early 2022, whatever fucking year it's gonna be.
Well, let's move on to the next fight here. Kind of a weird one.
Yeah,
Kevin Holland, Kyle Dawkins.
So yeah, middleweight fight here. The little Dawkins versus Kevin Big Mouth. Why don't they just call him Big Mouth?
Yeah, I don't know.
Trailblazer,
Trailblazer, I don't get it.
I mean, yeah, no, not a fan of that nickname. Let's be who you are. Fun initial to the fight. Obviously, the storyline going in here was, can Kevin Holland contend with this wrestling, right?
Did he improve? Hendrickstan is what he was calling it?
Yeah, and he was able to fight off some takedowns. Most of this fight was fought with Dawkins had him pressed against the cage, trying to get him down. Having some fun banter between Holland and DC during the fight. DC sitting there saying, Dawkins' limbs are so long, and he's like, yeah, he's so long. So I love that the big mouth didn't go away. Kind of like I'm talking about Walker. Like, he is still himself. He did look improved in his grappling defense. About halfway through that first round, an accidental bump of the heads, and fucking Holland went out.
Face plant,
and then ended up finding his wits by the time he hit the floor, which happens. I've been choked out before and woke up by the time I hit the floor, so I know exactly how that feels. But
that's his wife choking him out.
Yeah,
yeah, she wishes. No handcuffs, no choking.
Damn.
My safe word is harder.
No, I'm always in control. But anyway, always in control. You never know what can go where. Always in control. But where were we again?
Till you're not.
Choke out.
And then Mike's a whole new world. Man, I've wasted 37 years of my life.
Zero interest. Zero wonder. Watertight for life. Are you lucky if I get toilet paper up there?
We're gonna see if you're telling the truth by the end of this year when we wax that thing.
You're gonna see how.
There better be not. There better.
We'll get an update on.
Like, where's the hole? Where's the hole?
It still better have all its creases. If I see any wrinkles, I know what's up.
Doing a lot of casual wiping the day before too. Just casually wiping it, pat it down enough, but keep it clean. But speaking of casual wiping,
so how do we think that I think it was the right decision to call this a no contest.
That was going somewhere.
Let's go with it.
I think that's only fair from what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem here was that. Real ref with the Dan Mergliata was like slow to get to this reaction. Like,
I mean, he actually did run over there.
Yeah.
Like, you see him run to stop the fight, but Holland rebounds real quick and starts fucking fighting back.
Yeah.
So like in that situation, I don't know what the best thing to do is.
It's such a rare occurrence,
right?
And like when it does happen, like what the hell do I do? I think in the end they got the right call. Like at the end of the day, they got the right call. We've heard the argument. We kind of talked about it off air. What if Holland would have came back and got the win? Other people have said that, or they should have. He already recovered, or Mirab last week recovered off of getting knocked out and won the fight. This is crazy. But at the end of the day, they got the right call. I think the way it ended, you should like a fight ending sequence should not happen from a headbutt, right. Especially an accidental one for sure. We kind of saw it with your boy, Aljamain. Like the same type of deal. They stopped the fight. It was, it ended there. They got it done in time. I think this was the right decision. I know a lot of people.
Just run it back.
You could tell who bet Kyle Dawkins by how mad they are.
Yeah.
The Kyle Dawkins submission props are really, those motherfuckers with those tickets are pissed right now.
So a thought I had is, what if Mergliata saw that same scenario happen and he stops it and gives Kevin Holland, up to 5 minutes to recover, and then they start fighting again? Is that a realistic?
I mean, it's like a nut shot, right? Like
right.
The nut shot rule.
Yeah,
that makes
but you've
sense.
also kind of risked it because once you've touched that button like that,
right? That's my.
It ain't gonna take much.
Is
what the real answer
in the right
is?
Spain?
Yeah.
The real answer is legalize headbutts.
I don't know about that.
Lethway does it. These motherfuckers use their head in combos.
Pass.
You ever watch Lethway?
No.
It's like Muay Thai with headbutts are legal. They throw jabs with their head.
Well, headbutt will take you out.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's the most lethal strike.
We saw it last night, but again, like the more rules you have, the harder we have situations like this. The less rules you put out there,
So
the
they say,
easier it is to like.
you're in a street fight. That's probably the first strike you should throw if you can.
Yeah.
Fuck them up.
The more rules you apply, the more problems you end up having later on in life. But again, they're gonna run this back. They should. They're talking about maybe December, and we get to really see it. I think it was gonna be an interesting fight. It's starting to pick.
Yeah,
it's starting to pick up a little bit when it went down like that.
The next fight,
Probably the fight of the night.
screwed my DraftKings.
Nico Price versus Cowboy Oliveira.
Bastard.
Fun fight back and forth. First round, Nico Price comes out, really dominates the top position, controls around, really not questioned 10-9 from him. But then Cowboy, who questionable cardio, comes back stronger and kind of flips the script in round number 2. And then 3 was kind of back and forth. Nico had a few flurries where he rocked Cowboy. And it looked like he was out on his feet, but he had like that old man sixth sense. Like, not even old man, veteran.
Which one of these two are older?
I think
Cowboy?
Oliveira, right?
They're close in age, though. They're not that far apart. I meant more veteran experience wise because he'd be able to weather his being little his bell rung and got back in. He was able to survive. But at the end of the fight, Nico gets a big takedown, kind of ends the fight on top, and it solidifies that decision victory, which is good because Nico needed a fucking win. You know, he's hit on that fucking weird streak where he had the no contest.
Well, that Cowboy thing screwed me and Jeff Kings.
Yeah,
I was on the way to pay dirt.
Yeah, my fucking my finish parlay.
Yeah, I was like, God.
And then the whole thing, I thought he might have stole that fight against Pereira. That 10-8 third round they didn't give him. I like Nico Price, like that he's back in there to win column. And what's this, welterweight?
Yeah.
Give this guy a fucking top 15. I mean, maybe not a fucking. You don't go to the top 5. He ain't getting Leon Edwards or nothing like that. But give him a top 15.
Oliveira's 33 and Nico Price is 32.
Yeah,
So
they're similar age.
They both look older, though.
Cowboy's got lots of fights there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I feel like the guy's been fighting for.
22
fighting
and
a long
11
time.
Yeah, I feel like the guy's been fighting forever.
versus whatever 15 and 5.
Yeah, Cowboy might be on his way out, not just because he's just not winning.
Yeah.
I mean, he got one arm choked by fucking Randy Brown, and then this happens.
Well, so what's the next step for Nico?
He's getting a ranked guy.
A ranked guy?
Yeah, he needs a top 15. I mean, like a Brad Tavares.
He has a fight, though, doesn't he?
Is that middleweight?
Brad Tavares middleweight.
I get middleweight and fucking welterweight confused all the goddamn time. Even back in the fucking GSP Silver days. Once Usman, there you go.
Welterweight.
Yeah, middleweight is not Usman. Usman is welterweight.
Chiesa's fighting somebody, too, isn't he? Who's he fighting?
I don't know. He's got fucking choked. Give him like a Muslim Cycloff.
Yeah. Give him D-Rod.
I think D-Rod deserves a better fight, a bigger fight, like a Jeff Neal D-Rod.
He's already beat Kevin Lee, right?
Yeah. I think he deserves a bigger fight. I give fucking D-Rod Kevin Lee, or not Kevin Lee, Jeff Neal. That's a fight I want to fucking see.
Did Sean Brady get rebooked?
I don't know. Jorge's pushing real hard for Leon.
Yeah.
You see what he said about fucking Nick Diaz? There's kind of like hinting a fight between them two because I wouldn't want to ruin his legacy.
Nick and...
Jorge I wouldn't want to ruin
Not
his
Nate,
legacy.
Nick. Nick doesn't want to do 170, though. Shit. He didn't want to fight.
I don't think Nick wants to fight.
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't
He
think he
just
wants to
sat down
fight.
and said, I don't want to fight anymore. I think that's how that fight ended, right?
All right, let's keep rolling.
Another tough fight to call. Another split decision yesterday.
Yeah.
Not a lot of stuff happening. Basically, this was Christoph Jocko defending takedowns for a few rounds, and then towards the end of the second,
Like the strikes are the same, but there's 5 takedowns for Serkinov.
Right. It was such a do nothing fight.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't really tell like watching this fight where the striking game was because there wasn't a lot of it. There was nobody getting rocked. It was really tight knit, and at the end of the third round, fucking Jotko gets himself a takedown and close out the fight. So it's like almost he steals round 3, even though Misha had like 2 in that round. Is this more of a grappling sense, like the same deal the main event was? There's so little to go off of. How do we judge who wins this fight? That's why it's a split decision. Neither guy really, I don't think, raised their fucking stock by this fight. What they've done now, again, Jocko's kind of a fucking maniac. At one point, he pokes Misha in the eye, gets a timeout. He's in the other side of the fucking cage, just going, "Come on, come on!" Just fucking yelling.
I like it.
Oh
fucking
man,
Polish
fucking
craziness.
Yeah, fucking out of his damn mind. But I will say Serkinov looked good at the middleweight. Right, he came down from 205. Cardio was an issue for him at 205. Cardio was not a problem in this fight. He was good for 3 rounds. Yeah, he looks solid. So maybe he does have a brighter future at that middleweight division. But again, this fight, not a lot to go off of. There's again a lot of fucking takedown defenses, press against the cage grappling fight. Not this again tonight was not a fun fucking card to watch.
Well, let's keep rolling with it. Hold on 1 second.
Is he officially 7 foot tall with the mohawk?
Hernandez.
This was the highlight
over before
of the
it
main
even
card.
started.
And we kind of knew this coming. Late
Yeah.
edition, Mike Breeden versus Alexander the Great.
Apparently, these two train in the same camp at times, or they have.
Well, they're
before.
both from Missouri.
Yeah,
they're both from Missouri. But he's staying out there with Glory now. I think.
Yeah, he's with James
Texas.
Krause and he's with Montoya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Alex Hernandez, you never know what you're going to get, right? He can show signs where he looks like he did yesterday, where he fucking ices this guy in a minute or so. Or he could look like he did against Cowboy Cerrone, where he looks like he's never had a fight. Or even Thiago Moses, he kind of looked with it. We got the good Alex Hernandez, the one that had title hopes that still might reach those. He's still relatively young for, as he
29, 28.
If you think about the path like Charles Oliveira took to get that title, maybe Alex Hernandez can make one of those turnarounds. He wanted to fight with, what was it, Leonardo Santos? Was that the original?
That was supposed to be the fight.
So he calls him out afterwards and
Yeah.
they say, might as well make that fight. Go for it. Hernandez needs to stay away from that top 15 for a while.
Yeah, he beat the brakes off Breeden, though.
Yeah, Breeden late, Dana White Contender Series contestant, late second replacement, gets iced. The only doubt in this was which Alex Hernandez we can get. Like, if you laid that chalk, which you're kind of nuts for minus 500 chalk, what the fuck are you doing? What's the point?
Especially with him.
You're not comfortable with Alex Hernandez bet.
Yeah.
You're not. It's not like an Antonina, it's a Valentina bet the week before. Like, I don't care, minus 400. I'm good. I'm going to get this money back. But Alex Hernandez is like, I don't know if this is coming back my way. So, but he took care of business. Looked like the minus 500 favorite. And again, give him that Santos fight. He wants it. It got canceled. Let's put it together.
All right. I like it. Let's keep rolling. If I get my shit to work here.
You'll see, they updated a little bit.
What's
The site, the look and shit.
Well, I'm on my phone when I'm usually on my iPad, so that's probably part of it.
That was the main. That was the main card
How
kickoff.
do I get to the
I think it's at the top.
prelims here?
I think it's at the top.
At the top, you think?
And you can slide. It's like a slider.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I know
All
it's
right.
fucking too much
You know.
worthless
All
shit.
right,
Jeez.
Selecki and Gordon.
Yeah,
Man,
Selecki and Gordon
this was
again.
a good,
Another
decent fight.
mostly a grappling match.
Yeah, I had a feeling Gordon might be able to pull this off. Selecki looked good in that first round.
Yeah, super dominant. in that
Dominating
first round.
them. But then after that, I think he
control
just
that back.
blew his load
Split
after that.
decision.
Yeah, and then this is another one that could have went either way.
Yeah.
Right.
I had it for Gordon. I thought he did enough.
I just don't think he did.
Yeah.
The most dominant round of that fight was round number 3, the most clear-cut round out of all of them. Was Selecki. Everything else was maybe a 50-50 back and forth. I think Selecki should have won this fight. That back control in round 1 was the most dominant position. But you never know what these fucking judges are looking for.
Right. Yeah, 7 to 40 total strikes there. In
Yeah, I
round
mean,
2.
it looked like Selecki was going to finish him in that first round.
Yeah. I thought we were
That was
going to
really
get
the
naked.
only fun part of this whole fight. The rest of it was a slow burn.
Yeah.
All right, you wanna
Gordon calls out Patty the baddie.
Yeah.
We'll see how Patty's. But on the floor, Patty can fucking grapple. I don't know if Gordon
Scramble.
wants to take down. And if he wants to stand with him, Patty's a big motherfucker. Gordon's trying to up his profile. I get it, but I don't know.
Patty the baddie might put it on him.
And he's a featherweight. Gordon's really a fucking featherweight, so he's going to be even smaller next to Patty.
Yeah. Selecki's not that small, though. Patty the baddie.
I don't think he won the fight though either.
All right.
But again, it's one of those things, what do you go off of?
Shevchenko, Casey
Well,
O'Neill.
this went about as expected. in
Well,
my opinion.
Antonina came out firing though at first and kind of scared some people. I thought Antonina had a path. Casey O'Neill here, she's the new hotness, right? She's kind of the new Mackenzie Dern, grappling champion, getting some fucking striking under her belt and kind of making a run here. This is definitely her biggest fight she's had so far, the biggest name for sure, but very fucking hittable. She's been hitting every one of her fights, and I thought
But it seems like in most women's MMA fights, with most of them, you can get away with that for a bit on the route to the takedown.
But I thought that Anthony would be able to capitalize on it, and she kind of did. She rocked her, got her down, took her down in round number 1, put her in a fucking twister almost. Almost got that twister in round 1, but O'Neal survives, shows that she's a superior grappling. Antonina is not her sister. This is the last name kind of puts, I think, added pressure on her, but she is nowhere on that level. Solid view. I think Muay Thai world champion.
Yeah.
But the grappling game, she is just not there at all.
Offensive wise, she's not bad.
Although she did
But
almost
her-
get that. She
yeah,
almost
her-
did get that crucifix and fucking pound her out.
her
too.
offensive grappling's not bad. It's just her defensive grappling's.
Once you get, that's
And
that's
it's
more
almost like she
accurate
kind of.
description.
I won't necessarily. She just gives up, but she just kind of accepts like, oh
Right.
shit.
I don't think she
Yeah.
has. She doesn't have the escapes
Yeah.
at all. And I don't know how many more
It,
fights
look,
she
it
got
looks
left
good
in
for
her.
Casey O'Neill.
Yeah, moving on up that
She's
flyweight division,
savage.
chasing her sister.
Yeah.
She's fighting again, but I like to see O'Neill and Manon Fiorio. That would be.
They rebooked her fight, didn't they?
No, she's fighting again. She won her last fight at Fiorio. She knocked some chick out. She
Well, she was supposed to fight the one chick, but there was a COVID, and they moved it to next card.
Yeah.
Next card. Who was it? I can't remember who it was.
I forget. We got Vanderlei Silva coming up next. You got Vanderlei Silva versus Carol Hossa, the retiring fight.
Oh God, what? This was bad.
Oh man, Betchko, hey.
Carol
What are
Rosa
you
should have got
doing?
her out of there. Come on.
Carol Hossa was playing with her food the whole night.
Yeah.
She did.
Minus 590 versus plus 425.
I mean, it was never in question
Yeah.
at all. Betchko Hea throws the slowest looping. It's like her shoulders don't elevate. She keeps them down here and just throws these
She's
slow.
boxing. She's like,
these- She looks like she boxes like she's already rocked.
Yeah.
When she's fighting, she kind of has that weird off balance stagger. Like, no one hit you yet. Why are you shaking
The
like
game has evolved so much past.
that? Yeah, I mean, it's technically her retirement fight, but that's not the first time she said that.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely her last UFC fight. I don't think Dana's going to have that noise anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And Carol Hossa moves on, again, keeping that 0, right, on the right side of, undefeated streak. Bantamweight's a wide open division outside of Nunes. I think she's game to fight anybody in that division.
Yeah.
Beat anybody.
Keep her moving up.
Keep her
then-
moving on up. Fun
Well,
one.
it's a
Another-
fun fight.
This is one of the best fights of the night
Yeah.
too, and we kind of knew that coming. Like these two boys, Devontae Smith and Jamie Malarkey, they don't play around,
Yeah, Malarkey's a tough SOB.
and he weathered some storms in round
Yeah.
one. Although he wasn't like totally outmatched in round one either.
Nah.
It was a back and forth deal. It looked like Smith had a total speed advantage, but once that second round came around, I think that
Malarkey started working the body, and
Right.
Smith slowed down, and,
and
he just
then
put it on him.
and then Malarkey got that finish, kind of looking like a supersized Davy Grant.
Yeah.
I think we found the lightweight version of Davy Grant for sure. But yeah, Malarkey back-to-back KOs against big prospects. He's moving his way up in that lightweight division.
Yeah.
I know he asked out Santos, and I'm not against that fight, but a Malarkey and Alex Hernandez fight would be fun too.
I'm down.
That's a good one right there
I'm down
too.
for that one.
But Malarkey, move him on up. That's to back-to-back prospects he's put out.
This was a pretty good fight.
The fucking KO of the night.
Yeah. Fucking he knocked him off his feet.
One of my big swings I took him and missed. Gaetano Pereira versus Douglas De Silva de Andrade. Lots of names. But Andrade's a veteran. First fight down at bantamweight. No, he's been fighting at flyweight lately. Cut the weight down. Wasn't really sure how he would look after cutting that weight at older age. And he got Pereira, who looked terrible against Ricky Simone, but he got totally out-grappled in that fight. So I thought, this guy's a kickboxing champion. Maybe a fight that plays out on the feet a little bit more, he'd have an edge. So I thought maybe he had a path here, but then
Yeah,
his
he don't.
striking looked, what the fuck happened
I
there?
don't know. He walked right into a fucking big
Like,
right.
I gotta start questioning the title world champion,
Muay Thai.
anything.
World Muay Thai.
Anything
That
outside
seems like
of
a
the-
loose term.
But you think anything, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Even
MMA is a different
Hey,
beast.
Abu Dhabi Combat Club
ADCC,
champion. It don't
yeah.
matter. It don't
Yeah.
matter. Fucking Rudolfo Vieira, right?
Don't
Doesn't matter. In that cage, it doesn't fucking matter. Stop. I'm gonna disregard that anytime I hear that.
And
word
Hernandez was a blue belt when he choked out.
Yeah,
Holyfield,
because Pereira looked like he never threw a strike in
Purple
his
belt.
fucking life. He jumps into a fist and it's it looked like a video game
Yeah.
animation. Like someone turns
It looked like
lights
the
off.
UFC game.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
in
a
the
glitch.
game, where you get pissed.
Yeah,
and
you
you
get
lose
pissed.
your
Ah,
career.
that would
career
never
match.
really happen in
Yeah,
real life.
That's what
yeah.
it looked like.
So, but yeah, Andrade moves on. I mean, I don't think he has much time left in the UFC. He's up there in late 30s, early 40s. But hey, highlight.
Even, what's his name? Honey Barcelos. Those two are
Okay.
kind of getting older. I don't know if Honey's got a fight, but
Or
that'd be a banger.
Honey Yaya.
I'm down for that.
That's another one too. But yeah,
He's flyweight, isn't he?
Is
Yeah. Or no?
I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, moving on. Another low-level fight here. Stephanie
Oh,
Egger
God,
versus
yeah.
Shayna Young. Stephanie Egger, again, here go the credentials. Olympian Judoku. And it did show. She had that fucking double underhook toss locked down at any time she wanted. Probably the poor man's Ronda Rousey. Stephanie Egger versus Shayna Young. Wrestling background. I was all on Egger in this fight for one reason and one reason only. Fucking Shayna Young had a submission loss to Sarah Alpar. So I said, "There's
Who
no
gets her
way."
training?
Fucking
Who gets her training crowdfunded?
Yeah, she gets crowdfunded. From Jake Paul pays for her training. So I think I'm never gonna bet anybody that fucking has lost to Sarah Alpar, let alone tapped out to her. So that was where my Edgar Reed was, and she came out again pretty uneventful, press against the cage, a couple hip toss, and then got that second round KO. Young was outmatched in the grappling. It was just like one sided completely all the way through. And neither one of these women are going to be anything special. So this was a slow burn at first. Woo. Yeah, opening fight of the night. Two guys had been a long layoff. You got the veteran Johnny Eduardo versus 43 years old when he made the walk versus Alejandro Perez. And again, kind of a slow first round. Not really much to speak of. Perez rocks Eduardo in round 2, right?
Yeah.
Drops him down.
Gets
Perez really wanted the box.
Yeah.
In his heart, he wants to be a boxer.
He was struggling with the range at first, but then he figured it out.
But all he was doing that boxing shell, side to side. Like he wants to be a boxer. But he rocks Eduardo, gets to the ground, and actually gets a sub victory.
It's a scarf hold armbar or something.
Yeah.
You know?
In that division. That's Johnny Eduardo's last fight. You'll never see him again. 43 years old, was already off for 3 years. Then he comes back and loses. I don't see that unless they're really trying to give it. You know who he might fight next? He might fight Sugar next.
Sugar, yeah.
Johnny Eduardo might be the nice Sugar fucking fight. And Perez, I mean, in that division, it's so crowded. I don't really see him being a factor in it. I can't. He didn't look good against a 43-year-old man who hasn't fought in 3 years. Yeah. So again. He'll be a prelim guy. Every once in a while, you see his name pop up, but he ain't gonna be not in that division.
Well, that wraps up Vegas 20.
4-5, 82.
If you missed it, don't worry about it.
Yeah, Santos walk. Yeah, this is one you don't even DVR.
Yeah.
How did our whiskey and wagers turn out?
Not very good.
DraftKings
was solid.
DraftKings was
that
good.
No contest probably screwed a lot.
Well,
of
I had Holland in the distance. I had Johnny Walker in the distance. And I had Misha Serkinov in the distance. All three of those went the distance, so I didn't hit any on those. DraftKings, I was solid. My cash lineups, butter the bread. I hit my head on my cash, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, or something like that. Did pretty well. It was a weird fucking card. You had a no contest thrown in there. Misha Serkinov, who lost the fight, was on the optional lineup. You had Joe Solecki, who outscored Thiago Santos, and he lost. 2 losers outscored Thiago Santos, or basically. Yeah. So it was pretty close. It made it close enough. So it was a strange card. I was able to walk out there not completely destroyed. I did lay a little during prop Alexander Hernandez by KO that paid off, so it kind of licked my wounds a little bit there. But yeah, I'm definitely not retiring anytime soon after last night for sure. I lived to fight another day, but retirement has not gotten closer.
What about you, Tony?
$65 richer.
There you
it's
go.
Okay.
That's a good day.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
It went up.
I think I'm about $60 poorer.
I got money in the bank. Money in the bank for next
$60.
week.
I had Nico Price to finish. I put a decent amount on that. And then I put a little bit on round 1 for him to finish because it was like plus 1,000. So I think about $5 or $3 on that.
Oh, that Hosa round 3 almost fucking hit for me too. I laid a little sprinkle on Hosa round 3. And I thought maybe Betch would gas out, but didn't quite get it. She ended up on top kind of trying to do it, but yeah, it was not good on the book. The week before was actually really good, but everyone had a real good week. Like last Saturday, the UFC 266, like Vegas got hit.
Yeah.
Like, so many people were up on them last week. So they got to make their money back. That's why Vegas is Vegas, right?
How are we looking in terms of, total for the year? Who's ahead?
I think I'm 5 up.
Oh, shit.
I stretched
Pulling
the lead.
ahead.
Yeah, getting real close to get that booty cleaned. I don't know who the loser really is in that.
Carla.
Get that low wind resisted farts. No drag on my farts no
It's
more.
going to be sounding sweet. Ain't going to be no flappers whistling in the wind.
It's going to sound like a tuba.
Ain't no dust in the wind down there.
Burp, burp, burp.
All right.
That rusty trombone.
Let's see here. Let me refresh.
Moving on to next week, another card that has the promise of this last one.
Yeah, not much happening on this one.
The main event's interesting for sure. I don't know if it should be a main event, but yeah, Mackenzie Dern and Marina Rodriguez, 2 top 10 strawweights.
Strawweight bout.
Yeah, 2 top 10 strawweights. Basically, this is who fights Valentina next, I think. Sorry.
Thug Rose.
Brooke Rose, I mean. Yeah, I think the winner of this fight's Rose or Whaley.
Or no, Esparza probably will fight.
I don't know.
I don't know. They're Yeah.
I don't think she's getting that fight. I don't think Sparta's getting that fight. I think the winner of this fight's the winner of Rose Whaley.
We think
I don't know.
Mackenzie
It's a tough
Dern's
one
winning
for
this
me to call
fight.
too. I think Mackenzie can be aggressive enough on the feet, not get knocked out and get it to the ground and win. But I could also see Marina knocking her out, like she did Amanda Hebos.
Now, I don't know if she knocks her out because she couldn't finish Waterson.
Yeah.
She couldn't knock out Waterson. I do see her piecing up for 5 rounds and winning a decision pretty decisively. Just not Mackenzie not be able to do shit on her, not be able to get her down. If this thing goes to the fucking floor, though, it's over.
Yeah, I just think Mackenzie has more. I just think she's gonna.
If I'm Mackenzie's camp, I'm having her try to be a little cautious the first couple rounds and let Marina get in that gas tank. She does have a shaky gas tank.
Yeah.
Fucking Waterson was getting pieced up for 2-3 rounds and got her down in round 4 in their last main event. And again, I think if Mackenzie Dern gets this fight to the ground, it's not getting back up. I'm leaning Dern. And that's probably where I'll end up going because I think she could catch her in a random knockout or win by submission, whereas Rodriguez is only going to win this on the feet.
Yeah, that's
the
what
only
I'm
way
saying.
she
Like
gets
I
it
think
done.
Dern can be aggressive enough on the feet to force some mistakes to get a takedown, and when she gets her down, she can fucking sub her all day long.
Right.
So
And
I
I think
go
she's
with,
going to be the bigger fighter, too.
Yeah, I go with Mackenzie Dern. I don't know. Marina's fought it flyweight before.
Yeah, but Mackenzie's just
She'll be taller. Marina will be taller.
A thicker frame, though.
Yeah.
Like that weight laying on you, you know what I mean?
All
Whoa,
right, well,
Jared
co-main.
Gordon is a -210 favorite.
After that big knockout.
I'm on. Oh man,
That's what I'm talking about. I'm all about Randy Brown in this
Jared
I'm
fight.
all about
Gooden.
Randy Brown here.
Yeah, Randy Rude Boy Brown versus Jared Night Train Gooden. I like me some Jared Gooden. I
Yeah.
can't seem to get him right. Every time I want to roll with him, he lays a fucking egg, and then he comes out and gets that like big first round knockout. His last fucking fight against who did he just beat? Was it Stewart? No,
I don't know who he just beat, but
it was
he's
somebody
a
I had pretty
210
high
favorite.
invested in. I really faded Gordon Gooden that night, for
Let's
sure.
look at this.
He fought Stolze.
Oh, Nicholas Stoltz, yeah. I was really on Stoltz's
I think
side.
those are supposed to be on best fight odds. Randy Brown is a -250 favorite.
That makes a lot more sense. It's the UFC website too.
Yeah. he opened -225. He's been betted up to -250.
That makes sense. Then that's where I'm leaning for sure.
Randy Brown should win this fight.
Unless Jared Gooden does have knockout power, he's at the puncher's chance. If he does land on the button, he could put Brown out. But I see
think it
Brown
beats up
possibly
there.
win by submission.
Yeah. I think he can hit him at range and shit too.
And I think he gets tired and gets him done. Maybe a
Yeah.
club and sub type deal.
All right, Tim Elliott and Mateus Nicolau.
All right, we got Tim Elliott, veteran, been in the fucking cage forever, grappling savant versus
Mateus Nicolau.
Now was Nicolau on the right side or the wrong side of that questionable decision when his last fight?
I don't know.
I remember
know much about
he was in
Nicolau.
a fight and I forget who he was with, but it was like a fucking. He won a questionable decision, I think,
I'll tell you here in a second.
or he might have been the wrong side of one. He was involved in a.
Manel Cape.
Oh, with Cape, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And he won.
he won a split
He's
decision.
not Manel one.
Yeah, well, it was close, right? And I think Manel probably edged that one out. I like Tim Elliott in this fight. It's going to be close. I think it's going to end up going to decision. Elliott has the fight experience. He has the cage. You know, he's been in the cage forever. I think he knows how to edge out decisions. I think Elliott gets this done by decisions.
Elliott's a scrappy dude,
Right.
You know.
And Nicolau's not going to put him out. Nicolau's not some power striker
Yeah.
or some world super, fucking amazing grappler. He struggled with Cape. Again, arguably could have lost that fight. And I think if it's a close fight, which I think it's going to be, I think Elliott has that veteran edge where he's going to get those and steal those rounds at the end, get that last takedown, end up on top, know how to win the round. Whereas Nicolau, again, kind of stole his only win.
All right.
And she's back.
Agapova, she fucking the biggest failure,
Favorite.
biggest
They
favorite
got-
to ever lose was it?
Yeah.
Ever?
Dobson. I
Shannon
think.
Dobson was like plus 1,000 or some
Yeah.
sick ass fucking number. I'm probably not saying the exact one, but it's ridiculous. Been gone ever since.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, was it like smoking crack or some shit? Was that the fucking rumor?
Yeah, I don't know.
Allegedly, it would become the
She went back under the rock.
basically you had
Pun
some fucking,
intended.
basically you had some drama at her. She had drama at her camp.
Yeah.
I forget who was the one talking shit that didn't like her. It's another fight. I forget who it was. It's all over. It's all over Twitter. People talking shit. Whoever's in her camp talking about she's not fun to work with. But again, it's a breakup. There's two sides to the story every time it comes around.
True.
She's had a lot of time off. Who knows what she's going to be when come back? Versus Sabina Mazo, who doesn't do anything particularly
She
well.
came off a loss too, right, Mazo?
I think she won her last fight by
They're
decision.
both coming off a loss.
Yeah, Mazo lost to
Alexis Davis.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alexis
but
Davis
she won
wrestle-fucked her.
Mazo won the one before that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, to Justine Kish.
Kish, okay, yeah.
So I mean, this should predominantly be a stand-up battle, but I wonder if Mazo's going to decide to take it to the ground. I think if
They both lost to Shayna Dobson. They both did.
This is the loser goes home. Then that's what this is. I think Agapova bounced back. There's nothing impressive about Mazo at all.
Yeah, if it's
Whereas
on the feet.
Agapova was on the fast track at one point, where she does have the talent in here. There was never a point in time where people thought Sabina Mazo would be a world champion. Agapova was kind of being groomed to be that role. And I think that she comes back. She's been out for a while, hungry, and she gets it done.
Yeah, I like that it stays on the feet and Agapova can piece her up. I'm worried about Mazo grappling or something though.
I think Mazo's gonna get knocked the fuck out. She has that tall person fucking defense, so that chin's right there. Phil Hawes, how much hair do I have left?
Phil Hawes keeps it standing, knocks Dern Win the fuck out.
Uppercut, right? It's gotta be an uppercut to hit him. Dern Win, mini Cormier,
mini DC.
What's he like 5'4"?
Yeah, he's not
the
very
smallest
tall.
middleweight I've ever seen in my life. Phil Hawes, who I think has started to blend.
According to Tapology, he's 5'6".
He ain't 5'6".
Man.
But Phil is 6 foot tall.
Yeah, Phil Hawes.
If he's 5'6", that fucking Arroyo's like fucking 6'6".
Yeah, you remember that like weigh-in?
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah. But yeah, wrestler wins all wrestling.
But then win wrestle.
All wrestling forever. Phil Hawes has a good enough wrestling, I think, to keep this upstanding. And then as he does, he's going to beat the fuck out of Darren Wynn on the feet.
Yeah.
I think that's where it goes. Although, if Wynn does get a takedown, Hawes' gas tank.
Okay, how's his gas tank?
How's the gas going to go?
And like you said, like he can duck underneath those shots. He's small, man. So
right, shoot them knees at the middle.
He's gonna get underneath him real quick.
As long as Phil Hawes can fight up the takedowns, which I think he will, I think he gets it done.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the undercard.
Gutierrez all day, leg kick city.
Yeah, I'm all Gutierrez without any fucking hesitation.
Leg kick city.
Staropoli. Jamie Pickett versus Lorena Staropoli. I'm officially never betting Jamie Pickett again.
Yeah. Staropoli, even after Staropoli looked in that weight class up last fight, who was he against? He lost.
He got pissed. He didn't want to fight him, right? Somebody like grappling him.
Yeah, he fought. Was it your boy?
Strapoli?
Doladize, I think.
Doladize.
I think it was Doladize.
And he fared pretty well against Doladize.
Well, he's coming off of 3 losses. Doladize, Tim Means, and Muslim Salkinov.
So those are some tough losses.
Those are tough losses, though. He'll beat Jamie Pickett.
Yeah, Jamie Pickett, that's what he does. He shows up to lose.
Unless he just shits the bed. But he should beat Jamie Pickett.
Jamie Pickett knocked out by fucking the Beverly Hills Ninja. What's his name? Jordan Wright.
Jordan Wright.
And then also lost to Fawn.
The Chugui.
Yeah.
Who doesn't do anything for the most part.
Do they even ask who I pick in this next fight?
This is Mike's favorite fighter.
My fucking spirit animal himself, Alexander
You
King
like both
Kong
these guys,
Romanov.
though.
I don't wear near. No, I'm kind of fond of Jared Vandera. Alexander Romanov is my fucking dude. I'm rolling up to the end. A future heavyweight champion of the world.
14-0.
I'm all for King Kong. He throws. He don't do takedowns. He throws people across the cage. And I'm talking about little guys.
Yeah.
Watch Alexander Romanov versus Rohe Martinez. If you have not seen him fight before, look that one up. And this guy's a big hoss.
Ragdoll.
He's getting ragdoll, thrown off. Now, I had a shaky fight against Espino, but Espino's no bum. It was a close fight.
Big guy, too, yeah.
Yeah, and then took that nut shot and kind of ended it crazy. I'm kind of bummed that fight doesn't get run back. I think UFC wants to keep that away just in case that was a close fight.
Yeah, they both look good prospects for that division. So.
But Espino's kind of up there in age.
41, I think. 41.
Whereas Romanov's in his early 30s.
30s, yeah.
Jared Vandera, decent striker, but he fought one of Romanov's countrymen earlier. Was it this year or was it 2020? They all blend together. Sergey Spivak. And Spivak was able to fucking just wrestle him without any resistance, ground and pound. And Spivak is not half the wrestler that fucking Romanov is. So I
Who did Vandera look good against last?
I think it's Tafa. I think it's Justin Tafa.
Oh,
I think it's Justin Tafa.
I ain't saying much.
Or is it Bam Bam to you?
Start.
Is it Bam Bam to you?
You know I am with those guys. They all got. I always mix them up.
Oh man, yeah. So I got Romanov going away big, probably second round knockout because he doesn't usually do it in the first.
Yeah, I think Romanov wins.
He might even get a fucking sub too. He's one of those guys. I'm gonna knock you out cold and sub you while you're sleeping. Featherweight bout: Charles Hosep versus or is he Rosa? He's American. He's Rosa. versus Damon Megamind Jackson.
Megamind, I'll say Mars Attacks.
Man, that fucking,
They call him the leech.
that fucking head. He need to put a leech on his head to suck that thing down.
Mars Attacks.
Fuck, that shit's swollen. So, grappling match, right? I think Damon Jackson wins this fight. He's the favorite.
He is the favorite.
My problem with Charles Rosa is he is more than happy to stay in his guard and lay on the floor. Damon Jackson likes to grapple.
Damon Jackson's beat some pretty decent people. He beat.
He got knocked the
Bexic.
fuck out by Topuria, though.
Well, I mean, Toporia's a fucking animal.
He beat
Bektik.
Yeah, Bektic.
Yeah, I think Rosa is a good fighter. But he was way too comfortable
What happens
staying
if
in
this
that bottom
stays on
position.
the feet? Though?
I don't think it will.
Yeah.
What Rosa fight has ever stayed on the feet? Maybe the Janes fight?
I'm gonna go with Charles Rosa.
Go for it. I need some points. I don't think we're going to disagree the rest of the way.
Yeah, Lupita.
I got Lupita all the way. She got the power bomb, right?
Yeah.
Lupita, the power bomb, gotten this versus
Sam Hughes was a sacrificial lamb to Taysha Torres, right?
Yeah, and then she came back and lost another fight after that. I don't. Sam Hughes just decided she didn't want to fight no more. She said, "I don't want to fight anymore in the middle of a fight." I'm not backing that anytime. Lupita, who was it? Was it Mazda? No, it was Penne.
Penne
that she
beat her
power
split
bombed.
decision,
You
yeah.
hated that. You hated that. But yeah, I think Lupe comes back here and just fucking.
Yeah, she
man,
automatically went around for a power bomb. What?
But
Fucking Kevin Nash her ass.
no sold it. She no sold it. She popped right back up though.
She did 2 power bombs. One was a jackknife power
Yeah.
bomb, and the other was
She still lost. It's
unbelievable.
like the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lupe gets this done. Sam Hughes is gonna be her last fight in the UFC. Bold claim, bold prediction.
Yeah.
All right, first fight of the night.
Charlie Ontiveros.
Lightweight.
Dude, I'm going. Wasn't Ontiveros the guy who
Did
fought
he fight
Kevin
Holland?
Yeah.
How's he a lightweight?
Did he die in that fight? Like,
He fucked him up.
Like he just he got taken down and he started screaming.
Yeah, he beat.
Was it Holland or was it Buckley?
It was Holland.
Yeah.
Verbal submission.
At middleweight, though, or
injury,
welterweight?
slam.
Yeah, he said, I quit.
Yeah.
I didn't know he could still fucking walk.
Steve Garcia.
Steve Garcia goes through this again. Sideshow Bob is not coming strong.
Steve Garcia all day.
Yeah.
Well, that is UFC Vegas
27.
Kind of the call before that big 266 storm.
That's gonna be a
Something
fucking
like
awesome
that.
card.
Just fight night.
It's in November, isn't it?
What? No, that's October 30th. That's the October
Vegas
card.
39, also known as Vegas 39.
Yeah.
I'm way behind on these numbers here. Yeah, Saturday 10/9, October 9th.
Yep.
This coming weekend. Well, looks like you guys were pretty well equal on who you thought was going to win.
Yeah,
So I don't see a big difference here.
Not a lot of competitive fights.
All right, let's move into some news. If I can get my phone to...
Man, sad to see him go, but it's
Carlos Condit retires.
I mean, if he says it's time, it's time. I don't think he needed to retire. I don't think he was in that category yet. But again, he's put his work in. He's been fighting since WEC.
Yeah.
I love Carlos Condit. Anytime I picked him against Max Griffin his last fight, which he lost, but Max Griffin's a ranked opponent.
Yeah.
He didn't look out of water against him, So that's why if this is really what he wants to do, more power to him, right? I love guys that can walk out on their own.
Yeah, and he takes his health and stuff into consideration and all that. So hey,
He's been in some battles too.
live the rest of your
he's
life.
37, so he's not
2 and
like
6.
super old, for the fight. But
Go be a stunt double for Keanu Reeves. Make some money.
Be the next fucking Richard Rodriguez movie hero.
Yeah.
all right.
Or Robert Rodriguez.
Also another retirement
Pacquiao.
here. Manny
Running
Pacquiao.
Focusing on politics, huh?
No.
Yeah, he's gonna be president of the Philippines
Yeah.
for sure.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
Like,
been
I
in
don't.
Congress
Like my
for a long time.
geopolitical knowledge is very limited.
Unless
but
they
last
often-
last time I heard, their leader now is not the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah,
He's
Duarte
not like the
might
most
take him out.
democratic person there is.
Maybe, but Manny Pacquiao is like the biggest celebrity in the Philippines by far.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think he easily, maybe not easily. I mean, the politics in the Philippines is rough.
That's
People
what I'm
die
saying.
all the time.
They might categorize Pacquiao as a drug dealer all of a sudden. Storm his house.
Man, who knows? Who knows? That's a
but
ballsy move. The challenge.
Duarte is no joke. Over
That's
there.
what I'm saying. That's a ballsy move. That's all I'm saying.
right. No, you're
That's like running for
definitely
president
right.
of Russia.
You're definitely
There's
right.
technically an
Yeah, you
election
don't
in
want
Russia, right? There's technically elections there, but we don't play those games.
Yeah. The only boxer to hold 4 world titles in 4 different decades. Only boxer to win a title in 8
legend.
different weight classes.
The first time I saw Manny Pacquiao, it was on the Tyson Lewis card. Tyson Lewis was it like 2003, 2004, whenever that was, early 2000s, and he was on an undercard. And I remember everybody else kind of went to go do their thing. I was in high school. All the guys were out drinking, all the adults and shit like that. I'm just hanging out, waiting for the fight to start. So I'm watching the undercard. I'm like, don't even watch it. And they're talking about, this guy Pacquiao. He's gonna be, he's this big power puncher. And I see this little fucking guy walking. Like, what the fuck, this guy? And he fucking lit the guy, whoever he's fighting that night. I was like, okay, this guy's legit. Sure enough, fucking Pacquiao. The legend was fucking later. They were calling that back then what he was gonna be, and he lived up to the fucking expectations for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had spent a lot of time watching Pacquiao fights. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to go down as one of the greatest fighters of all time.
The one myth that, like, Floyd Mayweather waited till he got older to fight him is the biggest bullshit ever, because Floyd Mayweather was older than Manny Pacquiao when they both stepped in the fucking ring that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Mayweather's plan was to, like, maybe try to get Pacquiao a little bit out of his prime, but I went into that fight going, like, Manny's going to beat Floyd Mayweather. I really thought that was going to happen, and I was disappointed that Floyd did exactly what everybody thought he was going to do, the same shit he does every fucking fight, and fucking Pacquiao didn't have any answers for, Floyd's
I
defense.
honestly believe if the money situation, Floyd got what he want from Manny right away, it would have happened right away.
That could have been too. He was just kept hyping it up.
Yeah.
Right? Like if he's postponing this.
Because, I mean, Floyd had a big point. I'm the draw, you're not. And he kind of was right about all that stuff,
Right.
and he wanted that. I think Floyd Mayweather makes his decisions solely based on fucking money, and that's about it.
Right.
And, but yeah, other than that, like Pacquiao, again, one of the greats I've ever seen.
For sure. All right. Aljo's out.
House divided here.
Aljo's out.
Aljamain's injury.
Peter
So-
Yan.
So he's ducking Yan now,
Sanhagen.
right? That's the narrative.
That's the narrative.
Even though Yan ducked him like 2 times before their first fight.
Yeah.
Jan pushed it back because his feelings weren't right.
I mean,
and
I
we're
think-
champion, my feelings got to be okay. Is that what he said? Something along those lines?
I thought he was having visa issues. Maybe that was the second time, right?
No, maybe that's bullshit. He said, I want my feelings to be better. I don't feel right about this.
So, well, yeah, give Aljamain his route. Let him take his time.
The guy's coming off neck surgery, and he has a little complication. And there's people at the mirror fight. Oh, he looks fine there. He's not fighting. He's alive. Like, Aljamain's not dead. Like, there's a difference between being able to stand and coach somebody in MMA than actually going and get in the fucking cage and fight. There's a huge gap in human potential in there. He's coming off a neck surgery.
Well, so what do we think about Sanhagen's chances about beating Peter
I think
Yan?
Sanhagen's going to fucking win the fight because Jan's not that good.
Jan's going to fuck him up.
Peter Yan is the least credible champion in the UFC
Jan is
right
the champion
now.
of that division.
He has not beaten anybody in that division that's worth shit.
He's about to smoke Sanhagen.
No, he won his fucking title. He won his title versus a guy who had never fought at bantamweight and had lost all his damn fucking featherweight fights going into that in fucking.
Listen, we can put
Aldo.
some money on the table now. What
Yeah.
kind of
I-
odds are we looking
Yeah, we
here?
I'll put it on for him to beat Sanhagen and beat
Sanhagen's gonna choke him the fuck out.
No way.
Sanhagen's choking him out.
I mean, I thought Peter Yan was winning that fight against
Hell yeah, he
Aljamain.
was.
Aljamain was winning
He
that
was
fight.
fucking him up.
Aljamain was winning that fight, and the scorecard showed it. The
He was
scorecard
tossing
showed it.
Aljamain around like a rag doll.
He never tossed anybody down.
Yeah, he did
No, he
several
didn't.
times.
Aljamain slipped.
Yeah.
He just slipped. Jan was never in top position one time. You're not a takedown if you do not take somebody down intentionally if you're not getting on top of them. Those are slips. Nobody takes somebody down and stands up. That
Well,
doesn't
so
happen.
this is for
Peter Yan is
Mike, we
not
think you were being
good.
so patriotic.
Listen, if Peter Yan wants, I'll fight him at UFC 266, and I'll go and I will choke him the fuck
Dude,
out.
he got like 100 pounds on him.
I don't give a fuck. He's a champion. He's this big badass, right? He's a pro fighter. I'm not. Right? He's a pro
true.
fighter. I'm not. Right? I'll fuck Peter Yan up.
you're also what 100 pounds
But
heavier
he's a
than
champion.
Let's make it happen.
He's a champion. Let's make it happen, Piotr.
Brock
right.
Lesnar's scared.
I
so.
fucking shit. I got bigger turds than you.
All right, another fight.
I'm over Sugar Sean.
I'm
Sugar
not.
Sean fighting unranked.
He's unranked.
Well, that's what he won't fight ranked guys, right? Wasn't
He
supposed
called
to
out
fight-
Dominic Cruz. He
Oh, he
called
did.
out Dominic
He
Cruz. He
did.
called somebody else in that top 15 too.
What happened with the Kelleher thing? That's what I want to know. I thought they had that booked.
No, it never got booked.
Well, now he's fighting UFC 269 with Pieva.
Who you could argue? Well, I guess him and Kyler Phillips had a pretty good fight. But
Pieva's 21-3. That's pretty good fucking record, you know.
He spent most of his time at flyweight, though.
Yeah.
It was his first bantamweight fight. I thought Phillips edged that fight out with that 10-8 first round they didn't give him. But Paiva's going to be – he's going to understand and strike with Sugar Sean's going to knock him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Sugar Sean's – and he's not ranked, so why should he fight ranked people unless they're going to put him on a pay-per-view or whatever? It's –
Well, I think fight the ranked guy to become a ranked guy, right? So, work your way up. But I think Sean's probably doing the right thing. Like, listen, I'm not getting paid any more money to fight these assassins. Let me fight some good guys, build up my resume.
And when my new contract comes
I'm going to go, all right, let's fucking make me the champ here.
Like, why you want to take that risk before you get the contract?
Yeah. Right. So, I think he's I saw some thing the other day about, the NFL pays the players 60% of all revenue from the NFL goes to the players. Mm-hmm. That's 19% of the UFC's income goes to the fighters
by far. Yeah,
So
I think NBA is the highest.
Yeah,
but it's just ridiculous. And again, he's probably on that little Contender Series contract, right? That's where he started.
We saw Dana White and what's his name go bitching the De La Hoya. Did you see that?
No.
That where De La Hoya was like, who just won on the Diaz fight? Robbie Lawler. Mm-hmm. But who was the main card on that fight?
Volkanovski.
Volkanovski. He was like, Volkanovski, congrats on your win. You made 1/16 of what you were supposed to make. And De La Hoya tweets this out, and then Dana was like, go smoke some more crack. You're a fucking idiot.
Let's
you
get those
didn't
two
have
in a ring.
COVID. You would have got your asses knocked out by
Vitor?
Not Fedor.
Vitor.
Yeah. I do think there's some money issues in the UFC for sure.
Oh, yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I think he's probably playing the right.
Especially the
right
damage
thing.
these guys take and shit.
Speaking of guys wanting more money
and damaging themselves,
John Jones is going to have to take a fight here soon to make.
Yeah, he's got to let out some anger or something.
Do something.
Man.
All the details do not sound good surrounding this fight, and even Dana White was like, "This motherfucker can't be in Vegas for 10 minutes without getting arrested." I saw another thing that was in the last 2 years, Jones's 2 wins in the UFC and 6 arrests. He's 2-6.
And
troubled man.
His hardest strike was a headbutt in the cop car. He took paint off with his fucking headbutt, and he was cool. He had no marks on him. What the fuck? No wonder this guy doesn't get knocked out.
Troubled man. What are you gonna do?
Man, Jones has demons, right? Well documented.
Oh, is this the one here?
Yeah, this is the one.
This
here.
is the hostage.
What I saw.
This is the
hostage video where
she looks pretty damn happy,
see if
though.
I can get it to play.
Does that look like a real smile to you? Look at those eyes.
That's just a frozen image. It's not letting me play it. But
look at those eyes.
What are you gonna do against a guy like that? Right? Yeah. There's probably a lot of stuff. Who knows? It's not my place to judge, but she's probably, who knows, maybe financially dependent. She's scared of it. Who knows what the hell's going on behind the scenes?
Well, they have kids too.
Well, right after, as soon as he got out of jail, he posted a thing in the gym I've given up alcohol. I'm never going to drink alcohol again. I'm I'm getting my shit together or whatever. And hopefully that's the truth. But there's a lot of videos going around, and when DC was like, "This motherfucker's a piece of shit. He'll always be a piece of shit." And what are you gonna do? I think even Aljamain Sterling tweeted "This motherfucker, you're all gonna give." Oh no, it was Adesanya was like, "You're gonna keep giving this motherfucker chances, and he's a piece of shit." I don't know. It looks bad, man. I hope he can get his shit together. And
the thing should be Dana to try to not let him fight. But try to give him some rehab or some shit on those lines. You don't just cut him loose. Dana White should be and that would actually help his public image, help the UFC's public image if they focus on his rehabilitation. I don't think you should just cut him. If you cut him, he's just gonna go somewhere and fight and do the same shit over and over.
Bellator
or anywhere. Anywhere. He go Trailer Fight Club and make tons of fucking money, whatever it may be. So again, if you just cut him, he's gonna be gone. But if you try to hold him back, then we're not gonna let you fight. But we're gonna try to rehabilitate you. I think that's the best route.
I don't know, but Dana already did that.
How much time's that going to take? How old is he?
Even if it doesn't work though, you still look better for your brand.
Right. We tried to help him. And he might.
We did everything.
In 5 or 10 years, John Jones is going to go head trauma.
Right.
Something like that.
Well, he said that in his. Remember, he got that police video. He's like, "Oh, I have CTE. I have a very brain damage." So he's very conscious of that. For sure.
It doesn't help when you're headbutting the fucking cop cars too.
Yeah,
yeah, you're definitely
man.
Inanimate
you know what though?
Always win.
I wonder what his
Undefeated.
relationship is with his brothers. Like, where are they at?
He posts recently like really positive things on Instagram. You know, his brother, broke some record.
Yeah,
or
Chandler.
something
Like, I'm saying those other guys need to get after your brother. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, they're
Yeah.
big enough to fucking hold him down if they have to
Right.
too. Like,
or if it's like guy friends in his life or something.
like, what are you
Snap the
doing?
fuck
Like,
out
if
of
that's
it,
my
dude.
brother. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
what? Get your shit together. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Right.
That's probably who needs to step. That's probably he might actually listen to too.
Sure. Right. Well, let's move on to some good news. The new rising up and coming
Patty the Batty.
Patty the Baddie accepts a fight
Best
with
haircut in
Jared
MMA.
Gordon.
Well, how he can change it.
Yeah.
Go from looking like a mop to like looking like
Fucking John,
Prince style haircut.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking Patty the Batty, world class grappler, big knockout victory. The new star. He's gonna be the new hotness in the UFC for sure. I was questioning when he first came in. Former Cage Warrior champ. How's it gonna translate to the UFC? And he fucking came out with a bang. Good and kind of cash in off that a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's
so
do it.
we
Should be a
think
fun
Patty's going to win this fight?
I think so. I think Patty's
Be a
gonna
good
win.
fight.
I think
Yeah.
Patty's gonna go on a little win streak.
Patty
Yeah,
Pimblett.
he'll probably be minus 300 favorite or something.
I can see it for sure.
I pulled
Oh,
up
this is a fight
somewhere.
that I'm interested in.
Derek Lewis, the Black Beast. I don't know if
He's
you guys saw the
He's
Instagram
okay.
the other day of his girl. I don't know it's a wife or girlfriend taking a picture of Derek
wife.
Lewis taking a shit and going here. The weight cut begins.
I'm
Man, oh,
leading
man.
Chris Daukaus in this.
I'm all Chris Daukaus. I'm done with
Yeah.
Derek Lewis.
Oh, I don't
Derek
know,
Lewis has
man.
to hit that big shot, but I think
He
Daukaus
doesn't
Is
throw.
I think Daukaus is going to overwhelm him.
He doesn't throw punches anymore.
I don't know. I
like
think
Chris Daukaus.
I think Lewis, realizes he
He
kind of
threw-
shit the bed last fight, and he knows he's got to fucking.
Even when he beat Curtis Blades, he threw like 3 punches. Like he doesn't
That's
throw.
all he got to throw is
Daukaus
3.
is too fast. Daukaus is gonna be on the outside just like Gon was. Like I
Well,
think
it might be a great I feel like Lewis is going to come in favored on this fight, right? So it might be a good opportunity to.
I'm all on Chris Daukaus here. I think he's gonna again stay on the outside, piece him up, and then wear him down, and then end up getting a late, second, third round knockout.
Yeah.
As Lewis gets tired just by volume. Lewis will quit. Lewis quit in that Gon fight. He said, "I just don't want to play. I don't want to."
Yeah,
fight
but
no
I
more."
mean, Gon and
He was eating chicken in
Daukaus
the
are
locker room.
on,
He was
I
eating
think, 2 different levels here, right? Like one's a
think
super.
Daukaus is a
Oh,
little-
Daukaus
I
is
think
right.
Daukaus is
a top
underrated.
10 fighter.
I think he's
I mean,
underrated.
is he Cyril Gon level?
He
Like,
just
I'd
beat the
like to
shit out of
watch-
2 top 15ers like it's nothing.
I like to watch him fight.
Yeah.
Daukaus
I mean,
is
I'm
no
a Daukaus
joke.
fan. I
Yeah.
No
definitely am. I
joke.
put money
Yeah.
on
That
him.
motherfucker hits hard. And
Fast
he's
too. His
fast.
hands are fast, and he's a black
He's
belt
a black
if he goes
belt
to the floor.
BJJ, yeah.
So I mean, I think that's a great fight. I think
Yeah.
that's eventually going to happen, depending on who wins. Daukaus and Aspinall. I think they're in a crash course for each other. But I
Daukaus is
just,
a little bit ahead of Aspinall, right? Like in the rankings and shit. All right, he beats Derek Lewis.
he's right
he's
outside.
up there. He's up there.
He probably gets Blades.
Yeah, I like it.
That's probably the next fight. If he beats
I'll
Derek
beat
Lewis, he
Blades,
gets Blades. I don't know, man. Fucking Curtis Blades, man. He's got that laying prey locked down. Fucking Rosenstruck caught his ass too, man.
Yeah.
Got that, shut that fucking eye. I thought he had that knockout win, and then all of a sudden he's laid on him for round 3.
You
But
see
yeah,
Chris Daukaus being the heavyweight champion though.
I can.
Yeah.
I totally can. For sure. He looks like a fucking old school UFC heavyweight champion by like the Tim Sylvia era. He'll fit right in with all those
Especially now with
people.
that beard he's got. He's
Yeah.
rocking that beard. Yeah.
No, I'm all for Dawkins. I mean, he fucking knocked out Shamil cold. Derek Lewis couldn't do that. Shamil went the decision against him. He's got power, is what I'm saying.
And he just
if
touched
you
the
look
chin.
at
It's like,
Right.
whoa.
He
if
knocked
you
him out
look at
twice.
Daukaus, he's beat Olenek, Parker Porker,
Parker Porker's coming off a win himself, ain't he?
Yeah.
but Lewis has beat. Come on, Blades also beat Olenek, Volkov, Ngannou, Tybura
Volkov, he lost that fucking fight.
beat.
Let's be honest about
Country,
that fight.
Roy Nelson. I guess that was a split decision.
The Volkov fight, he was losing
A lot of
for
it's about-
99%. That last fucking second walk-off knockout he had. He
A
was
lot
getting
of
his
it's
ass
about
whooped in that
timing
fight.
too, where they're coming at in their career.
If Derek Lewis lands his heavy hand,
Of
he
course.
could put anybody out. But that's all he can do. It's all he has.
I agree.
That's all he has.
He did lose
And I
to
love-
Mark Hunt.
And Shamil Abdurakhmanov was throwing him around the cage.
Right.
It went to
but
decision.
He did win that fight.
It was not a very and also what's his name?
Travis Brown.
Ivanov, Blaganov,
Tybura.
Blagoy Ivanov.
Blagoy Ivanov That was a terrible fight for fucking Derek Lewis too. I've seen lots of eggs for Derek Lewis, even in his wins, you know.
Yeah.
And I just think Dawkins has too many tools. I think Derek Lewis is kind of a relic.
Well, we'll see.
The heavyweight division is
Leave
getting.
it up to Jody to lay
What
some
do
big
you
money on
think?
him.
You think he's gonna?
I think Dawkins has
got
got
this
I think
too?
the heavyweight division is fucking evolving,
Yeah.
and it's
Those guys that are in that 220, 230 pound range.
Yeah, and they can move and
Yeah.
bounce, like even
Cyril
like
Gahn's,
245.
240, isn't he?
Yeah,
Somewhere
those
around there?
like that whole crew is coming up, and the last one it's gonna be Francis gonna have to hold on for that big power puncher heavyweight because I think that's gonna be gone by the wayside very soon.
Well, let's move on to definitely will be a fun fight. Max
Absolutely.
Holloway Rodriguez fight. How you guys
Holloway's
feeling
gonna
about
fuck
this
him
one?
up.
I think so too. I mean, Max probably my favorite fighter in the world right now. I think he still is the featherweight champion. I think he won definitely the second.
a DraftKings pick, right?
Yeah.
He's going to throw 1,000 punches.
strikes.
Yeah.
I think he beat Volkanovski the second fight for sure, and I'm with him in the first one, but he definitely won the second one. So I think he's still the champion versus Yair, who's been out the cage for a long time, right? I don't know what's Yair's going to show up, and we kind of seen Yair.
I don't think it matters which one shows up.
Yeah.
Holloway's gonna beat him.
Because I go back to the zombie fight where everybody remembers that Yair elbow, but Zombie was piecing him the fuck up the whole fight. And Zombie is nowhere near the striker as Max Holloway.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Volkov and Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Fucking Zombie was cruising on his way to a victory. It's all said and done. And then all of a sudden that crazy back elbow knocks him out for the win. I think Holloway's not going to get caught like that.
Yeah.
I don't think Yair's going to be able to touch Max, and Max wins. I think he's going to do a decision. I think it's going to be a unanimous decision.
Does that then set him up for championship fight again?
Yeah. I mean, who else is going to do it?
Yeah,
Right?
he's number one.
number
And
one.
he wins this, he's fighting.
1 versus 3. Whoever wins this is fighting Volkov.
Yeah.
Volkanovski next.
Yeah. All right. Dan Hooker agrees to fight.
Dan Hooker walking around with his balls in a wheelbarrow.
I want Dan Hooker to win this fight so
Yeah,
bad.
good on him,
I
though.
just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Maybe if there was not such a quick turnaround, he could put a full camp in. Like I love meet some Dan Hooker. He seems to be that cowboy guy that shits the bed.
Oh
when the
yeah,
big fight comes
he's
up.
taken over RDA's spot.
Yeah,
But if he can keep it standing, might be interesting.
yeah,
I
that's
just
a
don't
big
think
ass.
I just don't think he
That's
can.
a big ass. Now
Yeah.
Hooker looked really good in his wrestling last week.
Yeah.
When then that versus
Haqparast.
Haqparast, he did some takedowns. He had some top control. He's been working on that, but working on it and then going against Makhachev is two different things. I think Makhachev probably. Well, I'm gonna say I think Hooker survives. Doesn't get finished.
Well, it sounds like Hooker's also having a hard time training, right?
Well, going back and forth like the crazy.
Well, New
quarantine
Zealand
laws.
keeps shutting. He can't train in his own gym by himself.
Yeah,
You know, and it's like what the fuck,
over there
guys?
is fucking crazy.
Australia, too.
Yeah, but and then like he was saying how you have to go like try to get the quarantine hotel, and it takes 3 weeks for that. Then you gotta wait there for 2 weeks once you get there, and like
Right.
it's this whole. It's getting to the point where City Kickboxing talking about coming to the U.S.
Right.
They're talking about moving to the U.S. because of what's going on over there. But again, I love me some Dan Hooker. I just don't think. I think that Makhachev has the edge everywhere except for the feet. You know, the straight kickboxing. Will you able to get down? Yeah, it's a quick turnaround too. Like,
I think there's a finish.
like you
in
don't
this
just
fight.
turn around and fight Islam Makhachev.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's
5
a camp.
rounds. Is it a main event? Is it gonna be a
No,
main
it's
event?
undercard.
It's 3 rounds.
The main event is
okay. So
the
maybe
light
not a
heavyweight.
finish, but
No, I don't think it's gonna be.
as
a
if it was
finish.
5 rounds, there's gonna be a finish.
I don't know. Fucking Poirier couldn't finish Hooker. He could take some fucking shots.
Makachev gets you down, wears on you, chokes
Yeah,
you.
267. All right. Oh, this is also that
The same
other
card.
fight,
It's the
same
same
card.
card. Yeah.
Jan and Tuxera.
Battle of the old blokes.
Man, it's a tough one to call.
I'm gonna go with Jan. I mean, but Glover's got the power too, and he's got that ground game.
And this is it. This is his
And you know he
shot.
survived shit.
This is his. This is
Just
his
when you
one
think he's
shot.
losing, he's about to lose. He fucking wins
It's
somehow.
gonna be like the fucking two old guys and Family Guy throwing at each other, right?
Can you imagine Glover wins though. God, what happened?
I'm actually thinking about picking Glover.
Yeah,
I've seen Jan Blachowicz get knocked out by middleweights.
it's true.
It's happened. I think Jan lost to Izzy. I'm still going by it. Izzy
What?
run 1, 2, and 3. But
Yeah, that happened.
Izzy won. Izzy's still undefeated.
And you know what, Mike? In an infinite number of universes, that actually did happen.
Izzy's
Yeah,
undefeated,
yeah.
and so is Sean O'Malley. They're both undefeated.
I was thinking more like how in the world in this one, or it's infinite amount. Could that happen? It didn't.
An infinite number.
Hey,
of
we're almost in total
universes.
agreement for that fight. We're debating one round.
He-
We debated one round that whole fight.
That's what happened. So yeah,
Glover's gonna
that's the
Grown man
Jan Glover fight. Sandhagen,
Volkanovsdemir, Ankalaev.
Volkov. Yeah,
Ankalaev's
this is
enough
good.
fuck
Islam,
over there.
Amanda
Yeah.
Hebus fighting. It's pretty good card.
Vienna.
Zhang Liang.
Jingaling.
Jingaling.
Jingaling's about to get fucked up. Jingaling's getting fucked up. Hamza's back. Like he's a Hamza
I don't know,
smash.
man.
I don't know. I might take a knockout.
Got
prop
Prince
for
Michael.
Jingling. I want to see what the knockout prop is.
Listen,
Good
he's
luck.
been
Take it. Please, I need to make up ground. I need to make up ground. Take Jingaling. Thank you. Please.
I didn't say about picking him straight.
Listen,
I
I'm putting
just said with the
$20 on
knockout
that
prop.
fight
The knockout
because I
prop.
think.
Hamza's never been knocked out before.
Yeah,
It's
but
not for everything.
he's been knocked out in his head. Like he's got some issues up there, man, and
No,
that
it doesn't,
that
man.
means something.
Those
Zhang Liang's
motherfuckers
no
don't
slouch.
think over there.
He
They
put
don't
out
think
Pon-
over
he
there.
put
You
out
kidding me? They
Ponzinibbio.
smash. Only way they know smash.
He retired. He was
He's
having all
fucking.
kinds of-
He was,
I don't like
he was
him
told what to say. There's nothing that Hamza says that wasn't
I, don't
supposed
know,
to
I
be
like
said.
that plus 280 on Zhang Liang.
Take him.
That
Pick
minus,
him.
that minus
Pick him.
360 is a little much.
Pick him. Please pick him. This fight's gonna end in less than a minute. Less than a minute.
Let's see.
Hamza
I'll put,
is gonna
I'll put a
smash
couple
them.
bucks on it.
Like Hamza's not fucking around. Like
if it's
you-
plus 280 for him right
Y'all
now, what's the
must have
line
fucking-
for him to knock
Look
out?
at the KO prop.
Y'all
Yeah,
must
that'll
have
be
forgot.
fucking plus
Y'all
800.
must have forgot who Hamzat Chimaev is. This guy hasn't been challenged. Are you kidding me? He throws around fucking what's his name, Gustafsson, and fucking
You could
the
say
other
the
fat
same
boy.
thing about Anthony Joshua. Great fighter, all the skill in the world, just lost because
I
his
just have
brain
this
is
feeling.
He's
I just
not
have this
Russian,
feeling.
though.
I just have this feeling.
he's not Dagestani. Like no way.
Listen,
no chance.
What are the
No
odds
chance.
that the fight even happens? He might,
dude
have another mental
minus
breakdown.
130-60s might
Don't
not
say
be high
that 'cause I
enough.
want a juicy KO prop for
Minus
Jingling.
minus
The leech.
360
Well,
is an
so listen,
understatement.
The leech is gonna
Do
get
it.
him.
Do it. Do
we'll
it.
see how it goes.
Do it early.
Let's keep
Mike's
going.
like lock. He's a lock.
Locked. Put everything you got in the bank account on Hamza. It's coming back to you. It's no chance. No chance.
Well, listen, that's the end of our tabs
Zero.
here. But I also think we should get a little mention here. Robbie Lawler, Nick Diaz fight. What do we think about
I
that?
think Nick Diaz probably shouldn't have been in there, but hey, it was entertaining from the highlights that I saw.
Well, it started off extremely fucking weird.
Two older
with
guys.
that kick. Like,
Right.
what the fuck was Nick thinking?
Oh, when he like the opening bell kick.
Yeah, like what the hell was that? Nick did not seem engaged in the fight.
But even
whatsoever.
like his videos, like his promo videos, like dude, he just does not look
he
good.
showed he is
That's what
still
I was
super highly
texting you
skilled
guys.
though.
Right.
Yeah, but he's just like 5 steps behind, not 1 step behind. He was like
I don't know. He
5 steps
fucking landed like 300 strikes in 3 rounds. It was a stupid
Yeah.
number like that. It was ridiculous. He was
Yeah, he
hitting.
did throw a lot
Yeah.
of
He was landing.
but-
He just quit.
This is against Robbie Lawler too, though. You know.
He just quit.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
mean,
it
I
was.
definitely didn't think
He wasn't
was
getting his
gonna win
ass
that
whooped.
fight.
Bobby Lawler's a top 10 fighter. He wasn't getting his ass whooped.
Well, so the rumor, Nick Diaz, Cowboy Cerrone. Do we want that fight?
How would that even? He had to go down to 170. Nick.
Maybe Cowboy fight at middleweight. Anyone, anywhere, any weight.
Yeah, you think he probably walks around 190?
I mean, I think Cowboy wins that fight.
I don't know what to expect.
Or what was the other one? Tony Ferguson.
Tony and Nate. Tony and
and
Nate's the one we're
Nate.
talking about. That's what I want to see.
Tony Nate, Nick Cowboy, same card. I'm in.
There we go. Let's go.
That'd be great.
Pay-per-view numbers going
Yeah,
through the roof.
yeah.
I would say in California, they probably won't let it happen there.
Yeah.
Imagine that happened like in San Francisco, the Bay Area, though.
Oh my
How
God.
crazy that fucking would be over there with those mother. I wouldn't do that if I was like, no, I wouldn't be able to leave this place.
Well, so we got not such an exciting fight coming up this week, but we'll see how it goes.
But hey,
McKenzie,
this was
Dern,
supposed to be a
Rodriguez.
fucking banger main event last week, and look what happened. Again, sometimes it's these cards that surprise you.
Right. All right. Well, I think that wraps us up this week. Everybody, like,
Yeah.
subscribe, share.
It's wrapped up like Peter Yan's pretend title.
This
Done.
in the
It ends. The joke ends.
Stop.
Peter the